In this session we will see the analysis of transimpedance amplifier with feedback. In transimpedance amplifier, the input quantity is a current while output quantity is a voltage. We know that to subtract current on input side of transimpedance amplifier, the feedback output side of the feedback network should be placed in parallel with the input current. So it is a shunt connection. On the output side, the output of the feed-forward amplifier is a voltage, and we know that to sense voltage, the input side of the feedback network should be placed in parallel with the output of feed-forward amplifier. So output side is also shunt connection. That's why it is also called as a shunt amplifier. Now we are going to study here the ideal case. So in ideal case, the feedback network doesn't load the feed-forward amplifier on input as well as output side. Now first we will see the model of feed-forward amplifier. In feed-forward amplifier, the input quantity is a current. So we'll show the input current as II, while input resistance is Ri. On the output side, the output quantity is a voltage, so it should be represented by a Thevenin's equivalent, and Thevenin's equivalent consists of voltage source in series with the resistance, which is Ro, which is the output impedance of the transimpedance amplifier. So this is equal to gain, or the voltage controlled current controlled voltage source is AR into II. So this is the output voltage VO. So in this case we can see that if the input current source is connected here, which is IS, so we can see that II is equal to IS, and we have VO is equal to AR into II, which is equal to AR into IS. So VO divided by IS is equal to AR. This is called as the open loop gain. We show it by AR open. AR open is equal to AR. Unit of the gain for transimpedance amplifier is that of the resistance. So it is either written as voltage per ampere or ohm. Now in a similar way we can see that in this case the R in open is equal to Ri, while R out open is equal to Ro. Now we will see the feedback network now. In this case, because we are seeing the ideal case, the feedback network is ideal. In ideal feedback network, the input side is the voltage. So input to the feedback network is a voltage. In ideal case, its output impedance is infinity. So this is the input side of the feedback network. Input impedance is infinite. So this voltage is VO. On the output side, the quantity is current. So this current is given by beta into VO. So this is the input side of the feedback network, and this is the output side of the feedback network. So generally it is shown as a short circuit, and the current that flows through this is IF. So you can see that the unit of gain of a transimpedance amplifier is that of the resistance, while the feedback factor beta has unit of current divided by voltage. So it is that of a conductance. So loop gain, which is equal to beta into A, is a unitless quantity again. Now when we connect the feed forward amplifier and feedback network together, we will get the trans impedance amplifier with feedback. So we have the feed forward amplifier input impedance is Ri, input current is I into Ii. The output side of the feed forward amplifier we have the output voltage, so it is plus minus AR into II, output impedance RO. Now the input is a current, so this is IS. Feedback network consists of the input side, the input to the feedback network is a voltage, so it should be placed in parallel with output side of the feed forward amplifier. We have taken the ideal case of the feedback network. So feedback network input impedance is infinite. The output side consists of the current, which is given by beta into VO. So this voltage is VO plus minus. So this voltage is also VO. Now this current is to be subtracted. So it is placed in parallel with the input side of the feed forward amplifier. Remember that feedback network is ideal, so its output impedance is 0. So if this current is II, this current is IF, and IF is equal to beta into V0. So this is the ideal feedback network. This is ideal feedback network. While this is, so this part of the circuitry is the feed forward amplifier. This is feed forward amplifier. So unit of gain is that of the resistance for a feed forward amplifier. For a feedback network is that of the conductance. So this is the trans impedance amplifier without loading effect. And it includes the feedback network, which is ideal. Now we have to calculate various parameters of it. The first one is that is called as the closed loop gain, which is represented by AR closed. The suffix R indicate that the gain has a unit of resistance. So we can see that in this case the value of II is IS minus IF. IS minus IF. VO is given by AR into II, which is equal to AR into IS minus IF. We can see that the current IF is given by beta into V0. So VO is equal to AR into IS minus IF is beta into V0. So if V0 related terms are taken on one side, 1 plus beta into AR is equal to IS into AR. So from this we can see that VO divided by IS is equal to AR divided by 1 plus beta into AR, which is nothing but AR closed. So for this impedance or for this amplifier, the input quantity is a current IS, output quantity is a voltage VO. So VO divided by IS is its overall gain, which is a closed loop gain. So which is equal to AR open divided by 1 plus beta into AR open. So again here the gain has reduced by a factor of 1 plus loop gain. So it happens in all kinds of feedback amplifiers. Gain always reduces. Second quantity that we have to calculate is closed loop input impedance. Closed loop input impedance, which we have shown as Ri closed. So to calculate Ri closed, what we will do is, in this amplifier on the input side we will apply the known voltage source. So I will delete this and we will apply the known voltage source Vx plus minus Vx, and we try to find out what is the current Ix drawn from it. Vx by Ix will give us the closed loop input impedance. Now from this we can see that, and once this is known, Ri closed can be written as Vx divided by Ix. Now from this it is very clear that Ix is equal to If plus Ii. So I can write Ix is equal to If plus Ii. Now we know that VO is equal to AR into II. If is equal to beta into V0, which is equal to beta into AR into II. So if we put this value of If here, we get Ix is equal to, If is beta AR into II plus II. So if I take II common, we will be getting it as 1 plus beta into AR. We can see that from this figure, Vx, so if I apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, Vx is equal to II into Ri. Vx is equal to II into Ri. Vx is equal to Ri into II. So we get Ix is equal to Ri into II. Sorry, I will put the value of II from this. So from this we will see that II is equal to Vx divided by Ri. So if I put this value of II here, I will be getting it as Ix is equal to Vx divided by Ri into 1 plus beta into AR. So from this, Vx divided by Ix is equal to Ri upon 1 plus beta into AR. So this is AR closed, which can be written as Ri open Ri open is equal to Ri, we have written it previously, divided by 1 plus beta into AR open. So because of a feedback, the input impedance has reduced by a factor of 1 plus loop gain. Remember that the input quantity in this amplifier is a current. So when input quantity is a current, ideal value of input impedance is 0. And if it is not 0, the proper kind of feedback will reduce the input impedance by 1 plus loop gain. So it takes the value of input impedance close to the ideal value. This is because you can see that on input side there is a parallel combination, and in the previous session I told that if there is a parallel connection on the input side, the input impedance will go down. If there is a series connection, the impedance will go up. So we can see that on output side also there is a parallel connection. So the output impedance will also go down by the same factor 1 plus loop gain. So we will formally derive now the third parameter, that is closed loop output impedance. Which will show by AR closed. Now in the original amplifier, to calculate the output impedance, so in the original circuit this was the current source, this was IS. So in order to find out the output impedance, we should connect on the output side the known voltage source plus minus Vx, and we should find out what is the current Ix drawn from it. For that, the input signal should be made 0. As it is a current source, it should be open circuited. So if it is open circuited, we can see that II is equal to minus IF, and in this case Vx divided by Ix will give us the output impedance. So in this case we can see that the voltage across RO, on this side the voltage is, on this side the voltage is Vx, on this side the voltage is AR into II. So we can write the voltage across RO, we call it as VRO. VRO is equal to, you can see again on one end, because I have to calculate now the current that flows in this direction will be 0 because there is an open circuit here. So this current will be also equal to Ix. This current is also equal to Ix. So I know the voltage at this point, I know the voltage at this point. So the voltage drop across RO is VRO, which is equal to Vx minus AR into II. So we can write it as Vx minus AR into II. Now you can see that because there is an open circuit on this end, II is equal to minus IF. So I will write II is equal to minus IF, and IF is equal to beta into, in this case IF is equal to beta into Vx. VO is in this case is Vx, beta into Vx. So if we substitute this value, VRO is equal to Vx minus AR II is minus beta into Vx. So minus beta into Vx. So if Vx is taken common, we will get 1 plus beta into AR is the drop across VRO, or voltage drop across RO. The voltage across RO can be also written as RO into IX. RO into IX, because the current flowing through RO is IX. So RO into IX is equal to Vx into 1 plus beta into AR. So from this, Vx divided by Ix is equal to R0 divided by 1 plus beta into AR, which is equal to RO closed. So we can write this as RO closed as, RO open divided by 1 plus beta into AR open. So in this case also, the output impedance reduces by a factor 1 plus loop gain, and that is true, because if the output quantity is a voltage, ideal value of output impedance should be 0. If it is not 0, then with feedback the impedance reduces by 1 plus loop gain. So again, feedback takes your output impedance close to the ideal value. Now we will see one example based on it in ideal case. So we will see one example here. Now we will first draw the circuit and then see the analysis of it. We have to find out its transimpedance at relatively low frequencies, assuming lambda equal to 0. So channel length modulation has to be neglected. So we have input is a current which is applied here, which is equal to I in. Input is a current, output is taken from this point, which is output voltage V out. This is VDD, this is RD. We have the capacitances which forms the feedback network. It consists of C1 and C2. This is connected to VB. So C1 and C2 form a voltage divider. M1, C1 and C2. M1, C1 and C2 form the feedback network. So you can see that input quantity is a current, output quantity is a voltage. So for a feed forward amplifier, gain will be having unit of impedance or a resistance. Now in this case, as we have done in other ideal cases, we are going to assume that at low frequencies this current is 0, so there is no loading effect. So the first step is the calculation of open loop gain. Calculation of open loop gain, which is AR open. R stands for, again, the unit is of that of resistance. Remember that in ideal case we handle the problem differently. There we calculate open loop gain and the loop gain to find out the closed loop gain. In case of practical cases where the loading effect of the feedback network has to be taken into account, we calculate open loop gain with loading effect and the feedback factor beta, and then we found out the other properties. So in this case we are going to calculate only the open loop gain. We know that the input impedance can also be calculated, but we are not going to do it, or we can write the expression for it, that there is no problem. So first we will calculation of the open loop gain here in this case. So for this, first what should be done? The feedback should be made 0. So the best way to make a feedback 0 is open it here and connect this terminal to ground. When this is done, the voltage at this point P will become 0. If the voltage at point P is 0, M1 will be off. Remember that we are talking in terms of AC quantities only. So M1 will be off. So current IN will go to the output side completely. So this current is 0. So because of this, V out is equal to I in into RD. So this is very clear because the current flowing through M1 is 0. So all the current I in will go through M2 upward and will flow through RD to produce the output voltage. So we have V out divided by I in, which is a gain of transimpedance amplifier, will be equal to RD. So this is A R open. You can see that the unit of this gain is that of a resistance. Now once this is known, the second parameter that we have to calculate is calculation of loop gain. Calculation of loop gain, which is beta into AR open. Right, so for this, as we know the procedure that, so I will just construct the original circuit back. So this current I will just delete it, this part will also, this is the original circuit. So what is to be done? To find out the loop gain, the feedback has to be broken at appropriate point. So generally we break it here, we apply the test voltage Vt here, and we calculate the returning voltage VR at this point, and minus VR by Vt is nothing but the loop gain. So from this you can see that the voltage at point P, Vp is equal to Vt into C1 divided by C1 plus C2, simple voltage division rule. So we can write Vp is equal to Vt into C1 divided by C1 plus C2. So this is the voltage Vp. Once this voltage Vp is known, the current flowing through M1 in this direction will be given by GM1 into Vp. So I will call this current as I1. So I1 is equal to GM1 into Vp, which is equal to GM1 Vp is C1 upon C1 plus C2 into Vt. Now if we apply the Kirchhoff's current law, so this current we call it as I2. So if I apply the Kirchhoff's current law at this node, so I2 plus I1 should be equal to I in, right? So I have to write down the expression. And okay, so one thing we forgot, that when we calculate loop gain, the input signal should be made 0. So this should be open circuited, so it will not be there. So we can see that in this case I2 is equal to minus I1. So first step in calculating the loop gain is to make the input signal 0. As it is a current, should be open circuited. So I2 is equal to minus I1. So I will write I2 is equal to minus I1, so which is equal to minus GM1 into C1 divided by C1 plus C2 into Vt. Now this current will flow through RD and will produce the output voltage VR. So VR is equal to I2 into RD, so which is equal to minus GM1 RD into C1 upon C1 plus C2 into VT. So from this we can see that VR by VT or minus is equal to beta into AR is equal to GM1 into RD into C1 divided by C1 plus C2. So this is the loop gain. So we calculated loop gain, we calculated open loop gain. We can write the expression for the closed loop gain. So AR closed equal to AR open divided by 1 plus beta into AR open. So this is also AR open that we have seen. So AR open is RD. AR open is RD. So it is RD divided by 1 plus beta into AR open, which is equal to GM1 RD C1 upon C1 plus C2. So this is the equation for the closed loop gain. Similarly, we can calculate the closed loop input impedance. Which we show it by R in closed. Now you can see that R in open in this circuit. From the circuit diagram you can see that this is I in. So when feedback signal is not there, when feedback is made 0, we can see that the R in open is 1 by GM2. So it is 1 by GM2. So with feedback we know that the input impedance reduces by 1 plus loop gain. When input quantity is a current, ideal value of the input impedance is 0. So feedback takes it towards the ideal value. So I can write R in closed is equal to R in open divided by 1 plus loop gain, which is beta into AR open. R in open is 1 by GM2 divided by 1 plus beta into AR open is GM1 into RD multiplied by C1 divided by C1 plus C2. Okay, so we got R in open, and we know that the output impedance in this case is equal to RD, and output impedance will also be, when output quantity is a voltage, ideal value of the output impedance is 0. Now in this case output impedance is RD, with feedback it will be RD divided by 1 plus loop gain. So I will not solve it again, we know how to write it. So RD divided by 1 plus loop gain will be the closed loop output impedance. Okay, next session we will see the practical case where the feedback network loads the feed forward amplifier on input side as well as on the output side. We will see such kind of transimpedance amplifier in the next session. Thank you.